Dudes, what's up? Hey, we got some crazy drama going on in Supercross. So, this is one of those occasions where, man, I just cannot believe that this is actually how this turned out. So, you guys know the whole red cross flag situation, Musquin, Roczen. Musquin goes through the red cross flags, like does 2 or 3 little doubles through the red cross flag at the beginning of the rhythm section. It was pretty obvious. I mean, it wasn't like, you know, oh, maybe he didn't see it, maybe he didn't mean to do it. I mean, yeah, I understand when you're in the heat of the race, and especially when you're in the front, you don't want to, like, stop and not jump something when you didn't have to. I mean, I can only imagine what that would put you through mentally when you're leading a race and you know you got people right behind you. It's like, dude, I really don't want to have to roll something, but you got to be smart enough to see that. So I don't really know what happened with Musquin, but I don't know if he didn't see it. I mean, he did slow down right before it, so it's kind of hard to think that he didn't see it. It's really bizarre, and he even said that he slowed down and kind of like realized, but I don't know what happened. Maybe it was just a little, I don't know. I have no idea. All I'm saying is what ended up happening with him going through there, he didn't just like barely jump something or do one little double in a red cross flag situation, or like the red cross flag just got brought up all of a sudden right as soon as he was going through the rhythm section. It was as plain as day of a, you know, kind of like breaking the red cross flag rule. It was demortally as plain as it can possibly get, okay? And basically what ended up happening, if you guys have seen some of the updates with Supercross on Twitter and Instagram and stuff like that, obviously Musquin ended up finishing first and Roczen second, Tomac third, but everyone was predicting that it was basically going to be where Musquin was going to get docked some positions, because that's pretty much what has always happened whenever somebody has jumped through red cross flags. I mean, that is like the known standard of a penalty that you get for that, because not only are you super risking the life of whoever is down and really potentially hurt bad, it's not just like a yellow flag, right? It's a full-blown red cross flag, which means somebody's probably got something broke and they're laying on the ground, or they got a broke neck or something. You need to be really careful. That's why you're not allowed to jump stuff, you know what I'm saying? Whereas the yellow caution flag is kind of like a red cross flag, but just not as extreme. You can still technically jump things on a yellow flag, you just can't pass on a yellow flag. So that's kind of the rules to that, and that's why they're different, right? So, but when it comes to red cross flag, it's as serious as it gets. You know, you have to roll. It doesn't matter if it's a tabletop, a roller, whatever, you know, a main triple jump, you have to roll and single everything. You cannot actually jump anything, you know what I mean? And what that does, it basically slows you down to a complete snail's pace. So that's kind of the point of it. You know, you're supposed to be going super, super slow. Well, come to everybody's surprise, Musquin ended up not getting docked any positions at all. He still got totally credited with the win, and depending on if you look on Supercross's Twitter or Instagram, on their Instagram it just says that he got docked 7 points, and on their Twitter, it says he got docked 7 points and like somewhat of the payout purse, you know, what he got for actually winning. The money he got for winning wasn't, either he didn't get paid or he didn't get paid the full amount, something like that. So, yeah, I'm just going to tell you right now, AMA, this is not a good look, bro. Let me tell you what this looks like, okay, from just the naked eye, just standard dude that watches Supercross. Like, I got a pretty good idea. I mean, I know what's going on. Like, let me just tell you what this is going to look like to the general public, okay? This is going to look like you are rigging this right here. This is going to look like you are trying to go in here and tighten up the points as much as you can with the situation that happened, and you've been known for doing that before. You've been known for kind of twisting and bending rules around to tighten up the points towards the end of the season. I mean, I've seen it happen over and over and over again. You'll make these weird rules that don't really make a whole lot, like you won't really follow your rules 100%. You'll kind of bend around them and make it to where either the points hit is not as bad on the person that did the penalty, or you'll make it a harder hit on them if they have a super big points lead. You see what I'm saying? So basically what ended up happening here is it really didn't benefit any other rider. It just kind of hurt Marvin Musquin a little bit. That's all it really did. When in reality, what should have happened was Marvin Musquin should have got docked those 4 or 5 positions, and it would have raised Roczen, Tomac, and Webb up a position. So every single one of those guys would have got more points, right? But what this did was it basically was like okay, we're going to penalize Marvin Musquin because they have to do something. I mean, it's damn obvious that they have to do something for that, right? But they basically penalized him without adding any sort of benefit to anybody else. You understand what I'm saying? Because Marvin Musquin is right there in the points behind Webb right now, right? So if they would have, let's just say, docked Marvin Musquin the positions like they should have, that would have gave Webb even more points. You see what I'm saying? And so, I mean, I'm just telling you, that's what it looks like, AMA, because that is as blatantly obvious as a jumping through a red cross flag situation as you can possibly get. And the rule is supposed to be you get docked some positions for that. I don't know exactly what the rules are, if it's 3, 4 positions. I just remember back in the days of Villopoto like doing it. And this was back when it first really started to become a thing, right? Like now it's pretty well known, the red cross flag, you don't jump on it, right? But back when like Villopoto was doing it, I remember him jumping through it there, and it was still kind of like, I mean, that was the first time I'd ever even seen really like the jumping through the red cross flag thing. So, but even back then, Villopoto got docked to like 4 positions. He ended up winning the race, and he got docked to like a 4th position or something. So you've done this before where you've docked people for jumping on the red flag. I mean, it's so standard. Everyone just expected you to do that. Why was all the interviewers of everybody in the race been like, okay, we don't know the official results. These are unofficial. Literally every single interviewer, Ricky Carmichael, everyone talking about it, everybody, Roczen in second, right? Every single person was like thinking that you were going to dock him positions. How on earth? I mean, I literally don't understand. I looked at their Twitter post. Dude, oh my God. Every single comment that I seen was pretty much full-blown one-sided. Like, everybody was like, what the fuck? You know, they were going full-blown Spencer Turley mode on them, dog. Little rant mode on them. Like, it's bullshit. I mean, there's no consistency. There's no, like, what the hell? I don't understand that. I really don't. Basically, what they did was they penalized Musquin, didn't pay him the money or gave him less money than what you're supposed to get for winning a race. So I saw somebody leave a comment on their Twitter post. He was like, good one, AMA. You only docked him 7 points, and you didn't even have to pay him any money, right? Like, that, what the hell? Really? Like, I don't understand that. Like, wow. But either way, like what it comes down to, okay, let me kind of explain it like this so it makes a little more sense. What it comes down to is Roczen, in that particular section where Musquin just picks up speed and just doubles all the way through the section where the red cross flag is, Roczen and the people behind Tomac, they all slow down and start singling everything. So that gave Musquin at least a 3 or 4 second gap instantly right there in that section. See, he actually gained from that. That's why you're supposed to dock people positions when they gain from something on the track that they're not supposed to. That's the whole point of it. You see what I'm saying? You can't just dock them points because theoretically, if Musquin would have really been paying attention following the rules, he wouldn't even have had that gap. And I guarantee you in the back of, Roczen's head, he was thinking, well, shit, this idiot just jumped through all this. Like, I don't even have to pass this guy. Obviously, he's going to get docked. So I guarantee you Roczen was laying up a little bit, just thinking in his head that he had the win because obviously Musquin jumped all that. Like, I guarantee you that's what happened. So it's that expectation of what you set, of what AMA sets as the rules, is what's totally changed the outcome of how everybody rode towards the end of that race. But then you go out there and decide to just not dock Musquin any positions. And like I said, I get it. I get how it's in the heat of the moment. It's the heat of the race. I'm not really even blaming Musquin in that sense. It's not, don't get my words twisted in that sense. I mean, like I said, I could only imagine being in the lead of a 450 main event, and it's like, all of a sudden, red cross flags. It wasn't really all of a sudden. I mean, it was there, but you're going fast. You got people right on you. You're in that focus mode zone. Like, I get that mistakes can happen at that point. I get it. You're just like, damn, I really don't want to have to stop in the lead and then someone jump past me when it really isn't a red cross flag, or I really didn't have to do it, really didn't have to stop. It is a confusing system. It is. It's hard to adjust to that in the split-second race pace mode, but what I'm trying to get at is that doesn't inherently change the outcome of what what Musquin ended up doing, so he still should get the penalty. Even though I'm not blaming the guy, I get mistakes happen and things happen. What I'm trying to get at is it still happened, either way you want to look at it. You know what I'm saying? And AMA just decided to not really enforce. I mean, hell, I even saw a spot, pretty sure it was in the main event, where I think it was Savatgy. There was that red cross flag, and like they got like a like one double through it, and then maybe one more double, and pretty much Savatgy jumped the last double of that rhythm of that red cross section where no one else was doing it. Everyone was still rolling all the way through it, but Savatgy decided to double up out of the last one. He literally passed like 3 people in one corner. You get what I'm saying? So it's a... I mean, there's a lot of people that do it. That gave Savatgy an insane track position there towards the beginning of the race. I mean, I remember seeing that specifically, like, whoa, Savatgy, whoa, dog. He, like, doubled out of that last double, whereas, like, I think it was, like, Webb, some of those other guys right there, everybody was rolling it, right? It was obvious that everybody was rolling it, and Savatgy just, like, moves over to the side and doubles up past 3 people. Like, you know what I mean? So, and then I heard a lot of other people comment and saying a lot of people jumped through it as well. I mean, I'm assuming people in the far back jump through the red cross flag. So it's a really confusing, and especially now that they don't even dock the guy, it's like, wow. Wow. I don't know. They've got to come up with a better system for that, because that is not cutting it. What is the rule even? I don't even really know what the exact, because they're always changing how they're penalizing people. They're always uneven. Seems like they're basing everything off of who's got what kind of points lead on how they're going to penalize somebody. I mean, that literally seems like that's how that is every time, right? Like, I guarantee you, let me just put you in this situation, right? I guarantee you, let's just say the whole script was flipped, right? Let's say Musquin had this bigger points lead in the front of the championship, and Webb was in second, like, 10 or 15 points back chasing him down. I guarantee you 100,000% for sure, dog. They would have docked Musquin the positions to not only, take points away from Musquin, but also help Webb in the points. See, that's basically what they did. Like, if you're actually using some common sense in your mind, that's pretty much what they did. They just made it to where it was like, okay, we're going to give Musquin this penalty, but we're not going to actually benefit anybody else. You see what I'm saying? Because if they basically dock Musquin, then it's going to benefit Webb and just give him even more of a points cushion and make it even less of a tight, points chase towards the end of the series. And it's not going to be quite as exciting. You see what I'm saying? So they try to do everything they can to not let that happen. And they've always bent their rules around that. And it's really sketchy. It's really shady. I cannot believe they do that. They're losing a lot of credibility by doing this. I'm just saying, Supercross, I know you've been doing this a long time. I know all you people at AMA have been doing this shit. But I'm just saying, like, this is not the right way. They ain't the good look. Because it's as bad as you can jump through a red cross. I mean, like I'm saying, it's as bad as you can do. I mean, I thought it was, like, not even a question on what Musquin was going to get. I didn't even think they were going to let Musquin, like, be number 1 up on the podium. I thought they would have had it all figured out and had, Roczen at the top of the podium at the end of the race. I literally thought that's what they were going to do. But, and even after all that, they still didn't dock him positions at the end of it all. Like, how do you not realize that, Supercross, AMA? How do you not realize when somebody completely jumps through a section they're not supposed to jump through, you know how much time they're gaining by doing that? And then the mental that puts on Roczen of thinking, oh, well, he's got to get docked for doing that, so why would I push to try to pass him at this point, right? Hell, I got the win in the bag. He's going to get docked for doing that. Everyone gets docked for doing that to that extent. Like, I feel like that was pretty damn obvious, and then now here we get down to the end of it, and you don't even do your rules like you're supposed to do. So how do you not see the issue with that? I really don't understand that at all. I mean, I was thinking like at least a 4 or 5 position dock for doing that. I know it sucks for Musquin. I know it's shitty. I know it's like, damn, you just did a little accident. Not even really your fault, because it ain't your fault someone else wrecks on the track and then there's a red cross flag out. Like, I get it. It sucks, but it is what it is. The rules are you're supposed to roll through that, and you gain an advantage by not rolling through that when everyone else does roll through that. So in a way, you didn't even really earn the win. You see what I'm saying? And I can totally agree with people that say Roczen earned that win. That was supposed to be his win. It is. I mean, in every way you can really imagine it. Like, It just is. I don't know. But that's my opinion on it. Definitely let me know down in the comments. I know everybody's got their own opinion. Things are going crazy. But I mean, there is certain times where things are just so obvious, so 100% clear on what you should have done, and you basically did the exact opposite. I cannot believe you would even think about not paying the full amount for the win. Like, what the fuck? That is cheap, shady as shit. Even thinking about doing that. I mean, I'm just letting you know right now, that is shady and a half, bro. It's one thing to dock a dude some points and all that, but like if you're not even going to dock him positions, then why would you take money away? Why would you basically give him like almost like a fine in his pay? You get what I'm saying? Like not really paying him the full purse of what he's supposed to get. Why the hell would you do that if you still gave him the win? What kind of sense does that shit make? You still gave him the win, but yet you're going to take money away and not give him the right amount of money for getting a win? What the hell? That is, woo! That's even worse. That's even more shady. That's even more scummy than just not docking him positions. That's, whew. I cannot defend you at all on that one, AMA. Ooh! Ooh! That's a rough one, boy. But, that's so weird, dude. That is just so bizarre that they would do that. But I don't know. They're either going to have to get way more clear with the rules or get way more consistent with the rules or something, because right now this is not looking good as far as, reliability, consistency, actually being able to really, I mean, it feels unprofessional, honestly. That's what it looks like to me. It just looks really, really unprofessional how they're treating that and doing that. It looks like almost like I could definitely see where people would look at that as like set up. You get what I'm saying? Rigged, right? I could certainly see, because I've seen them do it multiple times, and this is not good, dude. Not good at all. So, they did everything they could to make it to where Musquin was going to get some kind of penalty, but not really benefit anyone else. You get what I'm saying? So it's like they weren't really giving a benefit to anybody else. They were just barely penalizing Musquin there to try to keep the points as close as they possibly can. That's literally what they did. I don't even know how you can even question it. I mean, how can you question that, man? The rule is they're supposed to get dock positions, period, when you jump on a red cross flag. And I mean, I know there's a little bit of gray area, but I'm telling you what Musquin did, there is no gray area in how he did that. It flagged completely out before he ever even got to the section, and he slows down like he sees it, and then continues to proceed to double through the rhythm. It wasn't like he just did one little double like Sabachi, you know what I mean? He like went all the way down the rhythm, double. I mean, it was just so black and white, like penalized, dock positions, 100% should have been done, but it wasn't done, dog. So either way, appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Later, dudes.